Hello and welcome to Herald TV News at 3 with me, Tasleem. A team of officials from Central Bureau of Investigation arrived in Goa in connection with the death of Sonali Fogart, and by Saturday, the CBI forensic team began their investigation at the Grand Leone Resort, where Sonali stayed before.
A team of officials from the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) arrived in Goa in connection with the death of Sonali Fogart, and by Saturday morning, the CBI forensic team began their investigation at the Grand Leone Resort, where Sonali stayed before. Now, a senior police official said that the team of CBI officials arrived in the coastal state on Friday. He said the team would be visiting Anjuna police station and other spots related to the case in North Goa itself. Goa police have arrested 5 persons in connection with this death. While 2 are booked for murder, rest 3 are arrested under narcotic drugs, and the police officials said that CBI officials will hand over all the documents related to the case. Meanwhile, by Saturday morning, that's today, the CBI forensic team reached Grand Leone Resort as a part of their investigation. Watch these visuals. Clayton D'Souza for Herald TV.
A theft was reported at Dr. Tar's Polyclinic, Duler Mapsa. The thief is suspected to have entered through the back door and made way with nearly 2 lakh rupees, gold and silver, and left the electronic items behind. The owners of the clinic have requested the authorities to set up street lights in the area and increase police patrolling. A police complaint was filed. Further investigation is on.
A theft was reported at Dr. Tar's Polyclinic in Duler Mapsa. The thief made way with nearly 2 lakh rupees, gold and silver, and left the electronic items behind. A police complaint was filed and further investigation is on.
How to come in, how to go out, आणि लॅबान तेजे कशें काम चलता, तेजे फिजिओ कशें चलता ते.
नेमकी किने दिसता
चोरून गेला म्हणजे small things like gold, chain आणि cash, something from the drawer.
लॅबातले कॅश केला.
कितके असतले अंदाजे कॅश?
ऑलमोस्ट कॅश मोर दॅन 1 लाख.
1 लाख आणि
माझे 40-50 असतले.
ओके
आणि गोल्ड चेन एक ऑलमोस्ट 40-50 हजार. ते बारीक बारीक असून
टोटल कॅश किती जाता तुझ्या दिली
ऑलमोस्ट टू
म्हणजे नियर बाय 2 लाख 2.5 तशें आसतलें
सो हांव कितें म्हणटा एक की कितें तरी करूंक जाय बिकॉज ऑफ द स्ट्रीट लायट आनी हे ते सो
आनी हालीं ह्या गोष्टी खूब वाडल्या सो गव्हर्मेंटान आमकां दिसता की थोडे 100% हेंचे कडेन लक्ष दिवपाचें सारकें
आणि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल म्हणजे ही इतकी ओल्ड क्लिनीक आसा पोर्चुगीज टायमा वयली केन्ना अशें इन्सिडंट जावंक ना दिस इज
डॉक्टर तुमच्याकडे सीसीटीव्ही कॅमेरा नसले
सीसीटीव्ही ना सो ऑल द थिंग वी आर टेकिंग प्रिकॉशन नाव
हांगार अशें गोल्ड चेन आशिल्ली आनी मंगळसूत्रां बी आशिल्ली म्हजी देवाक घाल्ली ती म्हजी सगळी चोरी जाल्ली आसा आनी सगळें ताणें हांगा डिस्ट्रक्शन म्हणजे सगळें हालयल्लें आसा
हांगा तुमचे कितें आनी मोबायल फोन बी
ना
आसले
मोबायल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ताणें कांयच व्हरूंक ना ही हॅज नॉट टेकन एनी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गुड्स मोबायल्स दिस मेटल थिंग्स दिवल्यो बी तश्यो कांयच व्हरूंक ना ही हॅज रॉब्ड गोल्ड कॅश अँड ज्वेलरी सिल्वर
हे मोडचे पयशे बी सगळे
ना ते
सकयल
सगळें
उडय
आसा ते व्हरूंक ना
न्हू हे जे दार आसा तुमचे हे क्लोज आसता
हे क्लोज असता हे क्लोज असता हे क्लोज असता आणि पळय हे क्लोज असता हे क्लोज असता हाका लॉक असता ते लॉक ताणी तोडला हे पळय सकयल आसा लॉक हे पळय ते घेयात न्ही तुम्ही हे पळय आणि ते पळय ते बल्ब बी ताणे न्ही थंय उडयला पळय काडून फाटल्यान लायट्स असता न्ही बरो पॉवरफुल असता पण
Prakash Kadekar for Herald TV.
Mandram locals filed an FIR against Arvinda Electricals Bangalore and Pioneero Infra Private Limited, Porvorim, for laying underground cable by digging the road from Agarwada to Mandre and other internal roads of Mandre constituency. The underground cabling work in Mandre has caused inconvenience to the locals. The alleged illegal work is taking place on the busiest roads in the Mandre constituency without obtaining the necessary permission. The contractor has undertaken the work of the underground cable of all the roads at one time.
Mandre locals filed an FIR against Arvinda Electricals Bangalore and Pioneero Infra Private Limited Porvorim for laying underground cables. The companies are allegedly laying underground cables in Mandre constituency without obtaining necessary The companies are allegedly laying underground cables in Mandre without obtaining necessary permissions. The complainant stated that the contractor has not taken any precautionary measure nor has made any arrangement for the maintenance of the road.
48 तासां पयलीं आमी लोकांची जी तक्रारी वाडल्यो की रस्त्याचेर धोकादायक वाहतूक जाता आनी कसलीच काळजी न घेता कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरान संबंधीत कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरान आपलें काम केलां. तर हो कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर कोण? तर हो कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर आसा MS अरविंदा इलेक्ट्रिकल्स बेंगलोर आनी तो जॉयंट व्हेंचरान मेसेस पियोनेरो इंडिया प्रायवेट लिमिटेड परवरी हेंच्या संयुक्त विद्यमान ह्या अंडरटेकिंगाचं काम करता. स्वराज्याकडे ते तक्रारी पावले आणि स्वराज्याक स्वतःहून दिसला की हे अत्यंत धोकादायक स्थितीत लोक प्रवास करतात आणि कसलीच काळजी न घेता.
गेले 5 दीस हे काम सुरू आसा आणि प्रवाशांक लोकांक तेतूनसून धोका निर्माण जाल्लो. त्यामुळे मांद्रे स्वराज्य ह्या संस्थेन वीज खाते, PWD, स्थानिक पंचायत तसे पोलीस स्टेशनाचे अधिकाऱ्यांचे थंय लक्ष वेधले आणि हे जे काम आसा ते सगळे सुरक्षेचे उपाय योजून काम फुडें व्हरचे. कारण आत्तां सगळ्याक अर्द्याहून अदीक रस्तो व्यापलेलो आसा, खड्डे व्हडले व्हडले चर मारलेले आसा आणि गाडयो थंय स्लीप जावन पडटा. पयल्या फेरयेन तुवें टू आगरवाडा पर्यंत काम सुरू केल्लें. आतां आगरवाडा टू मांद्रे MDR 17 हांगा काम सुरू जालां. त्याच बरोबर इंटरनल रोड जे मांद्र्यांतले म्हणजे मांद्रे मतदारसंघातले सगळ्या एका वेळार काम सुरू केल्लें आसा आणि सध्या पावस पडटा, अर्द्याहून अदीक रस्त्याचेर मातयेचे थर घालता. काम इतले खड्डे कोण थंय कसलेच सुरक्षेचे उपाय योजलेले ना. ट्रॅफिक कंजेशन जाता, गाडयो थंय स्लीप जावन पडटा, म्हणजे 2 व्हिलर व्हडल्यो कार किंवा बसी जर एका जाल्यार थंय वाहतुकीची कोंडी येता. ही कसलीच उपाय योजना करूंक ना आणि पूर्ण कल्पना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी त्या लोकांक दिल्ली आसा आणि आवश्यक उपाय योजना म्हणून सांगता. तरी आसतना कांयच जायना. आज 4 दीस जाले आमी स्वराज्य संस्थेन 24 तासाची मुदत दिल्ली की उपाय घेया. आमी आणखी 1 दीस रावले. 2 दिसां नंतर आमी आज PWD इंजिनियराची भेट घेतली. अनेक गोष्टी आसा तितून धक्कादायक अशी गजाल आहा की वीज अंडरग्राउंड केबल हे लोकांच्या हिता खातीर जाता आमी तेजें स्वागत करता पण लोकांक आज त्रास जाता तेजें कितें हेज्यार आमचे डिटेल आमचे कन्व्हेनर आसा ॲडवोकेट प्रसाद शहापूरकर आसा आमचे एक्झिक्युटीव मेंबर जगन्नाथ पार्सेकर हे तुमकां म्हायती दितले की खूब धक्कादायक म्हायती कसलीच परमिशनां PWDचे कन्सेंट सुद्दां न घेता आसतना इल्लिगल काम चल्लेलें आहा आतां इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर जो आसा तेणी आपले वर्क ऑर्डर घेतल्या पण फुडल्यो प्रक्रिया कसल्यो करूं त्यामुळे एका सगळ्या कामाक आणि फुडें जर कितें तरी वायट गजाल घडली जाल्यार तेका इलेक्ट्रिसिटीचो जे इंजिनियर आसात PWDचे इंजिनियर आसात आणि कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर हे जबाबदार आसतले.
Makbul Manjumani for Herald TV.
In the recent interviews on Herald TV Sports Talkies, when questioned FC Goa's head coach Carlos Pena of what he has to say on the past FC Goa strong players who have parted away from the Gauls, and he himself played with this player, said that yes, they were great players, but FC Goa presently also have some great players who will make a difference this season. He also added that the FC Goa is much more bigger and better this season. Watch.
In a recent interview on Herald TV Sports Talkies, when questioned FC Goa's head coach Carlos Pena what he has to say on the past FC Goa strong players who have parted away from the Gauls, and he himself played with these players, he said, yes, they were great players, but FC Goa presently have some great and strong players who will make a difference this season. He also added that FC Goa is much more bigger and better.
One of the best FC Goa squads to have ever been assembled. You had great players to play alongside like Koro, like Jahu. What are your thoughts? I mean, what qualities do you think you can bring from that team that you played in into the current team?
Well, the most important that I remember in that team is that we act as a team and we play as a family, no? And this was very important. Of course, we had many quality players. We have a great striker like Koro. We had other quality players like Hugo, like Edu, like Fal, and of course Brandon, Seriton, Lenny. Good, great players. But my feeling about that time is that we play as a team, and I think this is the most important, even more important than the individualities.
FC Goa are known to be a team that plays attractive football. They're known to be a team that scores a lot of goals. What kind of values do you think you can bring to this team, and what can we expect from FC Goa from a playing style this season?
Football is for entertain, no? And football is to score goals, to make happy the fans, no? So I have enjoyed a lot playing on that way of football. I have played in Barca for many years, and in other teams in my career I have played in many teams in that way, and me as a coach, I have this idea, no, because I think the best defense is a good one attack, no. So we have, I think we have players to play on this way. I think this is the best way to create chances, to carry the ball to the attackers players, and we will try in that way because I think it's the best way.
Coast Guard brings back rescued crew to MPT and handed over to local authorities. Indian Coast Guard on Friday rescued 19 members who were in distress in a sinking merchant ship empty part of the Ratnagiri coast. Here's more.
Coast Guard brings rescue team and the crew to MPT and handed over to the local authorities. Now, the Indian Coast Guard on Friday rescued 19 crew members who were in distress in a sinking merchant ship MT part of the Ratnagiri coast. Here's more. The captain and officers say they tried to revive the ship, but it was only at the last minute that they sounded alert to the Coast Guard and abandoned the ship for their safety. The Coast Guard in a press release said that Indian Coast Guard ship Sujit, while routine patrolling area, received a distress call at about 10:45 a.m. from MT Path, an African flagged vessel of 102 meters in the length and 80 nautical miles from Murumuga port about flooding in the vessel. On receipt of the distress call, the ship immediately proceeded for the rescue despite the rough seas and strong winds. In addition, ICGS Apurva and CG Dhruv helicopter was also delivered to render assistance to the distressed vessel.
और रोलिंग पिचिंग था
5 बजे सुबह में पता चला तो हम लोग फाइंड आउट किए कि ये लिस्ट क्यों हो रहा है। स्टारबोर्ड साइड में कंटिन्यू लिस्ट हो रहा था, 2.5 से 3 डिग्री लिस्ट था। उसके बाद जब हम लोग फाइंड आउट किए तो कहीं हम लोग को ऐसा पता नहीं चला, लेकिन 1 स्टारबोर्ड टैंक में क्या हुआ कि पानी आ रहा था ड्रेनेज पाइप से, और एयर वेंट जो था वो डेक से टूट करके गिर गया था और कंटिन्यू वहाँ से पानी आ रहा था और रोलिंग पेजिंग कंटिन्यू हो रहा था। तो पानी आने की वजह से लिस्ट बढ़ता जा रहा था। सेम टाइम हम लोग डी ब्लास्टिंग चालू किए। डी ब्लास्टिंग जिस अमाउंट में जा रहा था उसके डबल पानी बाहर से आ रहा था सी से। उसके बाद वो धीरे धीरे आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल होने लगा। लिस्ट बढ़ते बढ़ते 10 से 12 डिग्री हो गया और फिर हम लोग आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल हो गया। फिर हम लोग नहीं कुछ चल रहा है। फिर मास्टर डिसाइडेड टू अबेंडन द शिप।
Sir, headquarters. Empty port is about to sink. So we were on a routine deployment. Ship was diverted to proceed with max speed to reach the return. We reached around 1400 hours and we saw empty diamond, empty port totally sunk. And there was one more ship, empty Khalid, which was assisting the rescue operation and embarked 2 of the crew of this vessel. Other 17 crew were on board another rescue vessel which was adrift due to machinery failure. So ship shaped course towards this rescue boat and embarked all the 17 crew on board. Other search and rescue units included ICGS Apurva and 1 ALHX Ratnagiri, which also assisted in the rescue of the merchant vessel's crew.
A story by Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
Anjuna police conducted a raid near Mango Tree Restaurant, Vagator, and arrested 35-year-old Ashraf Qasim from Mangalore, Karnataka, in possession of drugs. Qasim was found to be in possession of 4 grams of narcotic drug, MDMA, worth Rs 1,20,000. The accused person had come to deliver drugs to prospective customers where he was nabbed. He has been placed under the arrest of Sections 22B of NDPS Act and presently is in police lockup. Further investigation is in progress.
Anjuna police conducted a drug raid near Mango Tree Restaurant, Vagator. 35-year-old Ashraf Qasim from Mangalore, Karnataka was found to be in possession of 4 grams of narcotic drug, MDMA, worth Rs 1,20,000. The accused person had come to deliver drugs to prospective customers when he was nabbed. Further investigation is in progress with PSI Francisco Xavier and PI Prashal Desai under the supervision of SP North Shobit Saxena and STPO Mapsa Jiva Dalvi. Prakash Karekar for Herald TV.
Mapsa police have arrested 3 accused persons for trespassing and attempting to commit theft of parked vehicles from the complainant's home. The police also seized 2 scooters from the accused persons.
The Mapsa police have arrested 3 accused persons for trespassing and attempting to commit theft of parked vehicles from the complainant's home. The police also seized 2 scooters from the accused person. Now, as per the SDPO Mapsa Jiva Dalvi, one Uday Sawant lodged complaining that accused Omkar Chari, Yogesh Molekar, both residents of Valpoi, and another accused Krishnajit Naik, residents of Ponda, Goa, trespassed into his compound and attempt to commit theft of his vehicles. Alert locals nabbed 2 accused persons at the spot itself and handed over to the police. However, the third accused person managed to escape. Meanwhile, he was nabbed by a team of Mapsa police station and placed under arrest. The search team consisted of Head Constable Alvito Di Mello, Keshav Naik, Constable Rajesh Karnolkar, and Anand Rathod. 2 suspected Aprila scooters have been also seized from the accused persons. Further investigation is in progress under the supervision of PI Paresh Naik and SDPO Mapsa Jiva Dalvi. A story by Prakash Gadekar for Herald TV.
St. Thomas High School Consalum, established by Father Roberto Barreto in 1962, celebrated its 60th anniversary on Friday. The school has launched many a number of youth to become resourceful members of the society, who went on to become doctors, engineers, architects, entrepreneurs, priests, etc.
St. Thomas High School Consalum, established by Father Roberto Barreto in 1962, celebrated 60 years on Friday. The school has launched a number of youth who went on to become resourceful members of the society.
I'm blessed with hard-working managers, Reverend Father Satorio Rodriguez, Reverend Father John the Cruz Fernandez, and Reverend Father Ave Maria Afonso. It's been a joy working with the school. This school makes a difference compared to the others. We have an inclusive setup wherein the school is blessed with tool resource room, life skill and academic, one of its kind in South Goa. It's such a joy to be with the students and to help them grow along with the regular students in the classrooms. The school has grown in leaps and bounds from 140 students way back in the year 1962. We stand tall right now with 800 and plus students. I've been blessed with a talented band of staff who work dedicatedly for the cause of our students and education at large. I sincerely thank my teachers, my managers, who have been my strength and my backbone to move ahead. My journey in St. Thomas has been an amazing one.
And having been a part of this institution for 7 long years, I thought that I should be present here from the first moment, that is participating in the Eucharist. I thank God for having given me this opportunity to be a part of this association and having given me an opportunity to work tirelessly during these 7 long years.
I would like to recall the efforts placed in by Father Roberto, who was the brain behind the school. To bring up a school at that time was not an easy task for him, but with all his abilities, he brought up the school. Today, we have about 800 students in this school, which brings a name to Kansauli.
High school, privileged to be as an ex-student, where I did my primary schooling in the early 70s. It has been a long journey for the school. Started off in 1962 by Father Roberto, a strict disciplinarian who, as my parents had told me, he used to go out in the fields to collect students because there were not many who used to take part in academics at those days. Today, the school has grown strength by strength, and currently they have over 800 students from Velsaong, Kansalim, Utorda and Majorda and surrounding villages.
Caston Miranda for Herald TV.
Don Bosco Oratory Fatorda hammered Our Lady of Gloria SC of Raya 5-0 to enter into the semi-finals of the St. Joseph Festival Inter-Village Football Tournament organized by Dramapur SC and played at DSY Ground, Dramapur on Friday.
Lady of Gloria Sports Club of Raya 5-0 to enter into the semi-finals of the St. Joseph Festival Inter-Village Football Tournament. Don Bosco Oratory dominated the match and were leading 2-0 at the breather. Clencia Pinto gave the lead to Don Bosco from the spot. Later, Maxwell Furtado doubled the lead in the 31st minute. Don Bosco scored 3 more goals in the second session. Sweet and Ravello scored the third goal in the 42nd minute. Later, Maxwell Furtado and Walter de Souza scored 2 more goals in the 55th and 64th minute respectively. Inacio Narona for Herald TV.
Kurtori Gymkhana thumped Warka Sports Club 7-0 to enter into the quarterfinals of the Fatima Cup Inter-Village Football Tournament organized by Dikarpale Sports Club and played at Dikarpale Ground.
Kurtorim Gymkhana entered the quarterfinals and Kurtorim Gymkhana thumped Warka Sports Club by 7-0 to enter the quarterfinals of the Fatima Cup Inter-Village Football Tournament organized by Dikarpale Sports Club and played at the Dikarpale Ground. Anthony Fernandez of Kurtorim was the star of the match. Kurtorim Gymkhana dominated the entire match and scored at regular intervals. Dylan Lima excelled from Warka Sports Club. Kurtorim Gymkhana scored through Fraser, Veron Fernandez, Anthony Fernandez, Milagros Fernandez, Aliston Fernandez, Nelister and Nestle. Here are the visuals. A story by Inacio Norona for Herald TV.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.